Oh, hello YouTube. What's going on, everybody? Saturday night. Well, it's around quarter to 7. I'm sitting here eating some Chinese food, bored. Decided to go live. Why? Because I can. There you go. Hope everybody's doing good. Having a good Saturday. See, my Saturday was windy, rainy. Did some other shit. You know, I thought I'm bored. Not much happening, so I thought, well, what the hell? Might as well go live. So I'm live. So there we go. So we'll see who all partakes in the invites I'm in the process of sending out. We'll see who we can't scare up. See who wants to come up and panel chit chat for a little bit. So I had to go to the source today and upgrade my phone because I was due for an upgrade. So that's a free upgrade for me. So woohoo! So I got a new phone today. So it's only going to cost me an extra $10 a month for that phone. That's all right. It's a better phone, anyways. The other phone was giving me problems, so it's time to upgrade. I had that phone for probably about 4 years. So every 2 years for the cell phone company that I'm with, I always get an upgrade every 2 years to a different to a newer phone. So take advantage of it. And that's what I did. I took advantage of that. So we got a few invites sitting out out and about. Hello, Christy. How you doing? Good to see you. I'm just sitting here munching on some Chinese food that we had yesterday because I feel like having some more Chinese food again today. Sweet and sour ribs. Hey, Seth, how you doing? I sent you a link there, Christy. So, if you want to come up, come on up. If not, you don't. That's okay. Excuse me. Don't mean to talk with my mouth full. Mm, very good. We're going to end. Oh, I didn't realize you were alive, Christy. I'm sorry. My bad. You can slap me later. All right. That sounds good, Christy. I'm just going to sit here and eat and talk and got some running around to do today, so got all that done. One thing I don't like being is chauffeured around. But I can't drive my car for coming up on 5 weeks now. So they don't want me driving until after 6 weeks, so that's fine. Okay. So I just don't like relying on other people to get around, especially when I got a car sitting out there. Just tends to want to piss me off. That's all. But it is what it is, I guess. At least the operation's done and over with, so I feel a lot better today than I did yesterday, I tell you that. Breathing a lot easier too, so it takes a while. But my body's starting to recover and getting back to its normal self somewhat. Next week I get my stitches out, so on Monday I have to go for blood work apparently, so I want to check everything out. Get the blood work all done, get the stitches out. Gonna heal up for one more week and then I'm gonna hop on the bike, start going bike riding, and get that done. Oh, Anthony, how are you?
Oh, baloney.
Not bologna, it's breaded tiger shrimp. Really good.
Yeah.
Yeah. Also had the exterminators in today too, because
Right.
we can't seem to be getting rid of the ants. So
Yeah, that's a constant battle down where I'm at, especially fire ants.
Yeah, we decided we had enough of the ants this year. All right, let's bring a guy in. That's what we did. He did his thing. So,
Yeah.
And plus, a few nights ago, I thought, I heard something rustling around in the kitchen. I just knew we got another mouse.
Yeah.
Woke up this morning. What was in the mouse trap? A mouse.
There you go.
So.
I hate mice and rats. I hate them.
Oh yeah. Well, the little buggers are getting in from somewhere, and I just can't find out where they're getting in from. So.
So I'm telling.
So.
Look, let me show you my nephew. I don't know if I showed you guys my nephew. That's him.
Oh, there you go.
Hello, Susan. How you doing? Good to see you.
And that's him in uniform.
Yep.
I'm still not done sending out invites. I'm slowly working my way down the list.
Yeah.
Come eat your food. Come on.
Oh, no, I could see that.
Here you go, Susan. If you feel like coming up on panel, come on up. I just sent you an invite over in Hangouts. I'll send one over to Ken too. See how Ken's doing. Yeah, so I went to the cell phone place, got myself a new cell phone. Well, I was due for an upgrade anyway, so. Hello, Susan. How are you?
Hey, not too bad. How are you?
Feeling better today than I did yesterday, I tell you that.
That's good.
Yeah.
Well, 1 out of 2 is not bad.
There you go. Hello, Lisa. How are you? Good to see you. Thank you for tuning in.
Get him, Pooch. Get him. Get him. Get him, Pooch.
One thing I noticed today when I woke up, I went, oh, geez, I can breathe easier today. Now it's getting easier to breathe. I can take more of a deep breath now.
Right on. That's good.
Well, they said it'll take a little bit for you to start breathing properly again before you're back to your old self. So.
Yeah.
But next week I'm going to hop. Not the week coming up, but the following week after I get my stitches out, I'm going for a bike ride.
He's like, throw it, Mama, throw it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Don't tease me. Just throw it.
Oh, that cat looks crazy.
Sitting over here talking doggy talk, Marley's over here looking at me like a bastard. Traitor.
Hello,
came back
Ghost
to
in the
me.
Night. How you doing? Good to see you.
Yeah. Says my sister-in-law finally seen how Marley protects me from Donna, and she says
Mm-hmm.
that dog thinks you're her husband.
Mm.
She goes, "That's not attachment love. That girl is actually defending you from her because she's another Omega." You know.
Well, Lisa, what I'm eating is Chinese food: egg rolls, breaded shrimp,
You
rice.
know what? That sounds like a good idea.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
Nice. Oh,
Hmm.
Because when we ordered Chinese food last night, I made sure. I said, make sure you order 12 egg rolls.
Right? Yeah, I
And
love
that's what
Chinese
we
food
got:
too.
12 egg rolls. And I love 30 pieces of breaded shrimp of these. 30 pieces of these.
Wow.
Mm-hmm. Not
Christy,
very
what kind
many.
of dogs are those?
What's that?
I think
I
they're
asked you.
Boston something. I just can't remember they're my sister's dogs.
Mm.
They're not Boston. It's like an English. It's like the English bulldog, but in miniature.
Well, Boston Terriers are black and white.
Yeah.
That's what that's
We
what
used to
I
have some.
Huh?
They kind of remind me of the pug face dogs.
Yeah.
These dogs are valued at over $5,000.
Well, I'm doing okay, Ghost, and I feel a lot better today than I did yesterday. I tell you that.
Who in their
So,
right mind is going to pay $5,000 for a dog? I don't know.
I wouldn't pay anybody $5,000 for a dog. That's just crazy.
She
I
yeah.
paid
got
I paid
she adopted them.
$25 for Spike, and I paid nothing for Rosie.
Mm.
And they are lovely, wonderful dogs.
These she went and adopted both of them. They gave them to her because there was he had an operation on his ear. So they gave it to her so she could watch him, and she fell in love with him and just decided to stay with him.
So how is Ken feeling there, Susan? How is he feeling today?
Pretty crappy. Well, he's sleeping right now, so he's probably feeling okay, but
Oh, is he?
when he wakes up, he won't be feeling good.
Well,
He's got a procedure coming up on, I think, July 8th or something like that. And that's
oh
supposed
yeah.
to help out with a lot of the pain.
Well, that's good. Well, I hope it does work out for him.
I hope so too.
Yeah. Especially when you're in that much pain and you're trying to get some sleep, it just tends to piss you off and it makes you more irritable.
Yep.
You know, that's the only thing. It's like a big wounded bear, right?
Yep.
You know.
Oh mercy!
Well, let's see that Chinese food hit the spot.
Usually does
Mm-hmm.
until about 2 hours later, and you feel like you never ate
Yeah, well, I still got more shrimp upstairs, but that's the only thing
it.
that's left. So everything else is gone.
No,
All
it just
the
always amazes me. I can go to a Chinese buffet and eat till I'm ready to fall over, and two
yeah,
hours later, I'm looking for a burger. What the hell?
yeah, that's the way it always goes, right?
Yeah. Like, did we eat? Yeah, 2 hours ago. I'm starving.
Even though I could, what that was around $95 for us last night. We still get a lot of food for $95.
Yeah.
You know.
If I lose you, it's because I'm near the Air Force Base, so there's no signal here.
Oh, dead. Oh, you got a dead zone.
Yeah, I pick up the pace every time people say, "Come here, Jackie."
Aha.
They don't want you calling in on
Yeah, exactly.
them.
Uh, yeah, it rained most of the day here today, and then stopped rain for a while, for about 4 or 5 hours, and the wind picked up. I thought it was going to rain, but no, it looks like it's starting to break up again. So,
Yeah, that's what it's been doing here. Thermal showers, hit and miss, you know.
yeah, that and let's see what else. Oh yeah, I guess the wife finally got her because her mother passed away, so she finally got her inheritance today. So, so she already said we're buying a new TV. Okay, whatever. First thing I said to her, you have a credit card to take care of first.
Yeah.
No.
No, that's not how it works. You pay it off, so you charge it again. Look at Ron, like, shut
We got
Yeah.
rid of our credit cards in the first place because it got us into trouble. And I said no more after this.
Yeah, they can, man. They really can. But in a sense, though, it sucks when you don't have one. You have an emergency. So I got rid of all of mine but one, but I watch it like a hawk.
I don't have any. I don't have any, and I don't want any more. And I still get phone calls. Do you know your credit card's all maxed out? Oh, did you know I don't fucking have one anymore?
I get those calls all the time, and it's like, fuck off. I don't have the closest thing I have is a prepaid debit card that DoorDash pays me with.
Yeah,
There you go.
yeah.
Oh no, I like it when they say, "Oh no, we know you got a credit." No, I don't got a credit card, you fucking jackass. I got rid of all my credit cards. Why would I want another one when it got me into trouble in the first place? Hello.
Yep.
Well, that's why I tell around here most people, I don't like banks. I say, well, regardless if you've got a bank or not, most jobs around here, if you don't have a checking account to direct deposit your bill, they give you a cash card like she's talking about. Yeah.
Yep.
Well, you see, my debit card acts like a Visa card too.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
one of those
Certainly.
debit Visa cards. But if there's no money in the bank, I can't use it.
Exactly.
Right. Yeah.
So it's great for making online purchases because I just punch in the number of okay, that works because it acts like it, but it's more or less like a prepaid, so the money's already there, right? So.
Yep.
Oh, and the fact is, there's no interest payments.
Yeah. Right?
Yeah.
My Dasher Direct card that I get paid on, I actually get money back on gas purchases. So I literally I get physical cash back on a daily basis from my gas purchases.
Yeah.
Right.
Gotta love that.
What my card is on gas and groceries, I get cash back for all of it. I like it. Yeah. She's back.
Yep, she's back.
It's a fool younger.
Joseph Grohl, how you doing, buddy? Good to see you. Woohoo! The Woo Man himself is here in the house. Joseph Grohl, welcome, buddy.
One more time. One more time.
Sorry.
That's all right. Do you want another cigarette to go along with that cough or what?
No, that wasn't from a cigarette.
No.
Yeah. What? Yeah.
Nah. No, it's actually from the pack of Marlboros I used to smoke last month.
Yeah. Yeah.
the hell? Oh, that was weird. I hit my thing for my camera to come back on, and it like disappeared. I thought I had dropped down,
Mm.
but it wasn't me.
Oh, we lost Christina again. Let's see. Hey, doing all right at work. Well, don't work too hard there, Joseph. Here, I'll cheers to you, buddy. I'll have a beer for you.
Hey,
Yeah.
Joseph.
Think about while you're at work.
A little bit.
You know.
Yeah.
You know, I did go to the liquor store to get myself some Guinness, so I'll have some Guinness later. So.
Oh,
So. Yeah. Yeah. Plus, I took a whirl on the drums today too, so I felt pretty good playing the drums now. Boy, okay,
right
I'm
on.
getting back into it.
Oops. I'm still tracking miles. I did this the other night, and it was funny because my phone actually tracks me walking back and forth in my house, and it puts it on the map, and you can physically see how many times I've walked back and forth in my house.
Yeah.
That's pretty funny. So, where is it?
If we get a boat, that's right there.
Hey, tell that guy to bring back my boat, will you, Christina?
Yeah.
Son of a bitch stole my boat. Look at him. He's going down the highway with it.
You just pull up on the side of them and say, "Hey, you know what a Colombian necktie is?"
Yeah.
You don't give my friend's boat back, he gonna give you one. Yeah.
You're cutting in and out, Christina.
Yeah. Got a smidgen of it.
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah. We don't speak CP3. Well, you know, every time I used to watch Star Wars, I used to see him, and I'm like, man, I wish I had one of them. Can you imagine having a robot that can interpret all the languages for you?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
we're going. Yeah, Christina's taking us for a ride down the interstate.
Oh. You gonna do a drive-by?
Oh, look, she's speeding.
Wait a minute, no. She's around the Miami area. She ain't speeding until she hits 90. There she goes.
Oh, a little Miss Leadfoot.
Yeah, ask my wife how that worked out for her.
Yeah, how many tickets did she get to the policeman's ball?
$600 worth.
Yeah.
I got a ticket a couple months ago for doing 52 in a 35, $157.
Wow.
Hers was 58 and a 45, and it was $283.52.
Jesus.
And then another $218 because she didn't have proof of insurance on her at the time. Even though there was insurance, she didn't have proof.
Oh, didn't they give her 24 hours to produce the proof?
They don't do that here.
Oh, they do it here.
Ignorance of the law is no excuse.
Mm.
This is me walking back and forth in my house yesterday. Exactly.
Holy, you're just all over the place.
They'd be like, damn, look, she got Tourette's.
Yeah. You sure you didn't? You sure you didn't strap that thing to a chicken after
That looks like
after you,
it,
after,
doesn't it?
after you cut its head off and it's going all over the place?
No, she's like that commercial when the woman takes her fit deal and puts it on the dog and lets it run around the park.
Yeah. Yeah.
And she's sitting on a park bench eating ice cream. Hey, what? I'm exercising.
Yeah.
Seth, I haven't heard one way or the other if he's going live. I assume that he is, unless I hear differently.
Right.
So
Well, that's why I decided to go live now. I thought, well, I'll go live now before Ken does, and if he goes live, then I'll shut this down after he goes live. But if he doesn't, I'll just keep right on going. Yeah, no, I'm feeling really good today. So,
that's good to hear. I'm glad you're on the rebound.
yeah.
Let's see. Yeah.
I gotta go to the doctor on Monday because my entire rib cage has been hurting for like 2-3 weeks now.
Oh.
And the only thing that helped it was I got like 3 days worth of muscle relaxers from the doctor that I saw, and
Right.
that helped. That was what I needed. But now I got to go to my doctor and explain it and see if if he has any idea what's actually going on. Because the doctor that I saw at urgent care basically said, "Oh, you have fibromyalgia. It's just that," and wouldn't pursue it any further. So
I hate when they do that.
yeah.
Well, you just got this. Let's see.
I walked into McDonald's this morning to pick up a delivery, and there was this chicken there with literally the same shade purple hair as me, which looks pink right now, but it is actually purple.
Yeah.
Same exact shade hair as me. And I walked by her, I'm like, hey, nice hair. And she's like, thanks. Hey, you too. I kind of looked at her and I went, Purple Haze, Arctic Fox, and she goes, how'd you know? And I'm like, hello.
It's right here.
Yeah. Yeah, it's going to feel good. Within 2 weeks, I'll get back on a bicycle and start
Yeah.
doing some mountain biking. Actually, I'll just grab the granddaughter's bicycle and off I go.
Right on.
So I
That'll
made sure.
definitely
Yeah, I made sure when I got her the next bike, it fits me too. So guess what? This is the one you're getting. All I have to do is just adjust the seat and away I go.
Nice.
So I'll go for a nice little bike ride and everything. So
Yeah, that'll be a good way to start getting yourself kind of back into shape a little bit after your surgery.
Yeah.
Grandpa Rails, how you doing? Good to see you. Hi, Toy Man. I'm still at work. Can you set me up with a couple of beers? Yep, I can set you up with a couple of beers. No problem, buddy. Matter of fact, I got one going right here, right now. There you go. Cheers.
Are you coughing a lot?
Christina, if you're talking to us, you are like totally breaking up.
Yeah. Yeah, well, I don't have to worry about buying a printer because I got a friend of mine. He's got a printer that he doesn't use anymore. He says it still works. It works good. It's good. I'll take it off your hands because I need a printer because I got to start selling the railroad stuff off. So in order to get things paid for.
Yeah.
So I'll be once I get that printer all hooked up, I'll start throwing shit up on eBay and start selling stuff off.
Do you have like kind of like spare stuff that you can sell to make some money before you have to dig into what you actually use?
Nope. What I'm actually using is going up for sale. The whole layout's it's going to be slowly coming down.
Wow.
Yep. I'll be out of work for 3 months. How do you think I'm going to pay my bills?
Yeah.
And from the unemployment insurance, they're already starting to give me a hard time about the heart operation. Oh, what do you mean you got to go off on medical leave? Blah 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 blah. And yeah, now they're starting to give me the runaround.
Oh, geez.
Oh yeah. But
Yeah.
they always do that. They don't want you
Yeah.
collecting.
That's right. So I got to fall back on something. So the railroad's going to be sacrificed. So it is what it is. And I doubt very much once it comes down, I'll put another one back up.
Yeah.
Like my friend's mom, she come visit me when I was at the hospital when I was still in ICU. And she says, "You want it?" She goes, "You know they're going to give you a runaround." She goes, "If you want for free, I'll get your shit going before you even get out of the hospital." And I said, "Get them, baby. Get them."
Yeah.
Because I knew, because I've dealt with my insurance and other insurance. That's all they ever do. They give you the runaround, runaround.
Yeah. You know, we used to have Aflac, and I paid for several different kinds of insurance for Aflac.
Yep.
Every single time I tried to file a claim, they came up with a reason why they couldn't pay me. And I finally said, you know what? Ken's not working there anymore. Fuck off. I'm not going to pay you for something you're not helping me with.
Right. Well, that's who I was dealing with when I went down there. Because I had short-term and long-term disability. So, yeah. But like I said, the only reason mine went as smooth because she's an actual lawyer. She knows how to pull the right strings, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah. But if you deal with them one-on-one, now they'll basically jerk you around. I mean, they will.
Yeah.
And they're hoping you'll just get so mad you'll just say, fuck it. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I'm trying to find a freaking lawyer because Ken's been denied twice for SSDI.
Yeah.
And now I can't find the lawyer that I had called. And I can't get a hold of any other lawyers. They're all busy. It's like, are you serious?
Mm-hmm.
Hello, Moose Gal. How you doing? Good to see you.
Oh, Moose Gal.
Hey, Moose Gal.
Yeah.
Well, I kind of figured I'd get to run around because I went off on medical leave before when I had my strokes, and they didn't like that either. So I had to fight tooth and nail for that. But and yet I don't see why I have to fight tooth and nail when I'm classed as an essential worker.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
So meanwhile, I get an email from them saying, "We've been trying to call you." I'm looking at my phone. I've got no missed phone calls.
Yeah.
Thinking to myself, well, I guess what? I'm going to call you on Monday. Because they left me a phone number to call. I'm going to say, who called? Okay. Then why don't you leave a message on my voicemail? Because your phone number has not come up on my phone. So don't send me an email stating that you've been calling me.
Yeah.
Well, I tell them you might have been calling, but you wasn't calling me.
Right?
Yeah.
There's a thing called voicemail, people. Leave a message.
Yep.
So, all right. If I keep getting the runaround, I'll just let my doctor know. He'll fix it up. Of course, they did the last time when I got the runaround. They went, really? I said, yep. Oh, I'll make a phone call for you on your behalf. Okay, no problem. They didn't like what he had to say.
How long ago did you have? You said you had a couple strokes. How long ago was that?
Oh, that was a couple of years ago.
Oh.
So I pay into unemployment insurance, and when it's time for me to collect,
Yeah.
if I got laid off, hey, you can collect it. But if you quit or get fired, they will penalize you for about 6 weeks before they give you a check.
Well,
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
But when you have a legit claim going in, they give you the runaround.
Well, it depends. They tried to give me the runaround the first week, but after 3 neurologists, 2 specialists, and a lawyer, they didn't give me too much shit after that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They don't like the fact that because I'm going off of medical leave, they have to pay closer to my wage.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't give a shit.
That's like the day Affleck called me and said, "Well, we're kicking in your short-term disability. You know, it's only good for 3 months." And I said, "Yeah, but that's okay. If I don't have something going before then," I said, "then my long-term will kick in." She looked it up. She goes, "Oh, okay." Yeah, she was talking to me like I didn't have long-term either. I was like, "Lady, I have both."
Yeah.
Moochcow, we can't. Americans cannot collect unemployment insurance if we get fired. We can collect it if we get laid off.
Yeah.
Right. Oh yeah, you quit a job, you ain't getting unemployment. Period.
Nope.
Or
You
if
get
you get
fired,
fired.
you ain't getting unemployment.
Yeah.
If you get laid off because of shortage
Yeah.
of work, then you're entitled to it. It works the same way over here.
Yeah.
Or better known as an ROF, reduction of force.
Yeah. But you will eventually get it though. But they just give you the runaround and give you the big, and you've got a lot of hoops to jump through. And
Yeah, and then you only get a certain percentage because you quit your job.
exactly.
Yeah.
Nope, we don't get guaranteed medical leave. That's
Well, it depends on where you work.
yeah.
But for us, if we're, doctors don't and everything, you've got a serious operation happening and you're out of work for 3 months, yeah, you're entitled to medical leave of unemployment.
Yeah.
You are entitled to that. None of this asking questions or running around bullshit. Boom. And it's closer to your wage, right? So it's about 80% of my wages. If I got laid off, it'll be about 60%.
Yeah.
So.
Well, it varies here in the States, depending on who you're working for, what company. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, they go by how long have you worked, and they go by how many hours, insurable hours do you have in.
Yeah.
So I got lots of insurable hours. I got 13 years of nonstop work. Okay.
Well, Moose Gal, they do have certain deals like that here in the USA. You just got to know who to talk to and what buttons to push. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's here.
Yeah.
They just make it hard for you to find it. Hell, half the shit I'm getting now, since they disabled me, only reason I'm getting now, you know who taught me how to get the shit I got now? My friend that came here from another country. So they basically dumped it in his lap as a foreigner, and he'd come over and say, "Hey, man, here, file this form, file this form, file this form." Boom. I mean, boom every time. Boom, boom. No argument, no nothing. Yeah.
Oh, very cool, Michelle. That's awesome.
Welcome back, Seth. Oh, I didn't know he graduated from school today either. Oh boy, it's news. Well, congratulations to Lone Star for graduating. There you go. Good job, buddy.
I usually tell them good luck. No, I'm just saying because the jobs are so saturated right now, it's not even funny.
But yeah, well, yeah, for IT jobs. Oh yeah. But once you get into it and get in.
Oh yeah, once you get in, you're in. But I'm just saying because I got a nephew that went through all that, graduated and everything. He's still bagging groceries at Brookshire Brothers.
Oh, is he?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's going to be one of those. Let me guess. It's one of those deals. Well, you're overqualified, or you don't have enough qualifications. It's one of the two.
Well, I got a real good one. There was 20 guys just graduated from a driving school for 18-wheelers. Okay. You know, they got their certificate, got their license, all that. Well, most of the companies here, you know what the first qualification is? 2 years on-road experience.
Yep.
Yeah. Well, how do you get 2 years of on-road experience if you just graduated and got your license and you never worked a day in your life?
Well, that's how they do it here. But when they say 2 years on-road experience, they want because if you're trying to find a local job, you don't have to go long distance. It doesn't work that way. You need to go long hauling
for at least
to get your 2 years over the road before you start getting any good local jobs.
Well, see, I tried to tell a handful on that. They thought they were going to get right out of school and get a local run. I'm like, no, local runs are not given to rookies. I'm sorry.
Nope. They're given to veteran drivers. In order for you to get experience, you're going to have to go long hauling.
Yep.
Basically.
Well, my wife ain't going to like that. And I said, well, you should have thought about that before spending all that money to go to get your CDL then.
Yep. I'm doing good.
Yeah, I told him, I said, what y'all should have done was sign on with one of these little shitty companies that train you and then let you work for them for first 2 years to get experience and then go for the other job. You know?
Gemma's Journey, I'm doing good. And how are you doing? Glad you can join us. Yep, that's how it works because I know when I first got my license, I went to a couple of companies and they go, "You got any road experience?" I said, well, no, I just got my license. Well, you come back when you have road experience.
Yep.
So I went back to the school and I said, I can't get a job at this place. What did they tell you? So, I need road experience. Oh, yeah, you're going to have to go long hauling. In order for you to get a local job, a good local job, they want experienced drivers, not ones that just come out of truck driving school.
Yeah.
Oh. So that's where I went for 5.5 years, long hauling.
Yeah. Well, it's better money anyway. I got that news for you.
Hey, Gemma.
Well, yeah.
If you're just starting out, you want to do long haul.
Yeah.
Yeah. Especially if you borrowed a grant.
Yeah. Well, see, I had to put up $1,500 towards to get my commercials driver's license, but I had unemployment pay for the truck driving school.
There you
go. Because they allow you to use your unemployment, and unemployment they'll give you a lump sum check, and you take that to the school. As long as you're in school, you can still collect unemployment, but here's the deal. At the end of your training, you better have a fucking job, because if not, there's no more money coming.
Right.
Yep.
So you better have a job at the end of your course. So and I had to line up a job, and I had lined up a job pretty quick because once I couldn't get locals, all right, I'm going to have to go over the road, I guess. Over the road I went.
I kind of like long haul anyway because I didn't have to go in town a lot because mine was basically from depot to depot. You know what I'm talking about? Pick
Oh,
one
yeah.
up, bring it up here, drop it off, grab this one, bring it up here, drop it off.
Yeah, nowadays we call it pin to pin.
Pin to pin. Yep.
Yep, pin to pin. And that's what I did when I started out long hauling was pin to pin.
Yep.
Drop trailer
Pick
up,
one
pick
up,
next one
drop.
up, and back you go.
Yep. Like Willie Nelson said, on the road again.
Yep. Oh yeah.
Oh no, I enjoyed it, man, 'cause I had that gypsy blood in me. I like traveling anyway, you know.
Oh, sorry. Once I get back to work and everything, I'll be going back on the road again.
You gonna go long haul?
Yeah, I'm gonna go back long hauling again, just to make some quick cash in a hurry.
Yep. Yep. Oh, I got a friend right now clearing $5,000 to $6,000 a week right now.
Yep. A friend of mine, he's at he went back long hauling. He said because they're paying more now because of what's going on.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So now, so last year he made 85,000 for the year. Went on, damn, 85 grand. Where before he was only making 52.
Yeah.
Well, that's a hell of a jump.
Well, see, I had my hazmat license and all that, so there was my last 3 years I was actually driving. I was clearing anywhere from 110 to 140,000 a year. But I was pulling some nasty shit too, so you know.
Well, when I was long hauling, I was doing 70,000 a year when I was back then too. But that was back then, 70,000.
Yeah.
So because I got on with a good company that looked after the drivers. So.
Yeah. Well, see, I was an owner operator, and I had a lot of government contracts. So.
And that, of course, I had a lot of write-offs too, because every time I bought American money, I could claim that on my taxes because I bought American money.
Yep.
Claimed my meals, all the toll roads that I had to pay for, I had to claim all that. So
all the tires you had to put on.
well, it was a company truck, so I didn't have to worry about tires and shit.
Case, I was owner operator, so everything was right off, man. I don't care if I bought a flag to hang on the back of the truck, it was right off.
That's right.
Yeah. And because I had a fax machine at my house and got all my forms sent to my house from the dispatch, 20% of my household income was, right off.
Mm-hmm.
And all I had to do was have a fax machine. Yeah.
Well, I'll figure I'll drive for another, probably 10 more years, and then I'll pack it in after that.
Yeah.
So between now and the 10 years, I can make a lot of cash real quick.
Right.
So.
I still love to do it. I know damn well I can't even pass my physical at my doctor, more or less a DOT physical.
Well, as long as I can keep passing the physicals, ain't no problem.
Right. Yeah. Well, it's funny though, because some of that shit they have you doing that physical ain't got shit to do with fucking driving a truck.
Oh, I know it.
That's such total bullshit, man.
Yep, ain't stress tests.
Walk up and down these stairs back and forth a million times. What the hell's that got to do with me fucking riding in a truck?
Yeah.
Because when you did pin to pin, you didn't, you didn't do much physical shit. I mean, Other than
No,
getting
you
out and putting
get
your
out,
landing
lower.
gear down.
Yeah, pull the pin, get back in the truck, pull ahead, and do the same thing again.
Yeah.
So
No, they make you do shit on a physical that has nothing to do with driving the truck at all.
Watching the car,
Nope.
we got nothing to do karate either.
Yeah, but that's just a movie.
That's not just a movie.
It is.
no, they look at your heart rate and how much oxygen is getting to your brain.
Right. Right, exactly.
You know, and your reflexes.
Yeah.
And of course, the other thing is they want to make sure your eyesight's okay too. Because if you're blind as a bat, you ain't driving.
No. No.
Right?
And if your peripheral vision is no good, well, guess what? Yeah, you're not
No.
driving a truck anymore.
Yeah.
No, because the mirrors ain't gonna do you a damn bit of good.
That's right. So.
Yeah.
Yeah, breathing is an important resource too when you're driving a truck.
Yep. Yeah. Yeah. Like at one young boy, he runs clear off the road and hit 12 cars. I said he fucking died behind the wheel. Okay, he had no choice but to go through 12 cars.
Yeah.
Oh no! Then again, I've seen some guys still in a truck. And I'm like, how in the fuck did you pass that physical?
It's what it is.
Yeah.
Well, it all depends on how much you paid the doctor too, right?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking, man. Because you know the ones I'm talking about can barely get out of the truck, more or less climb in it, and then you're like, and he's a driver.
Yeah, exactly. I watched one guy when I was over the road. The guy pulled in, nice looking cab over and everything, really nice looking truck.
Yeah.
I watched the guy get out, and I'm like, holy fuck, he's got to be close to 500 fucking pounds.
Oh, wow.
So it took him 15 minutes to climb down out of the truck. He fueled his truck and everything, paid for his fuel, and I'm watching him get back in. It took him 25 fucking minutes to climb up into that truck.
Jesus.
Because he pulled himself up and go a couple of stairs and he's just huffing and puffing. I'm like, fuck, buddy, you lose some weight then. Holy fuck me.
That's
I'm
bad.
timing him like, fuck, 25 minutes to get back into your fucking truck should tell you something.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I know there's a bunch of local cops here pissed off because our new chief, she desked a bunch of them and told them if they didn't lose the weight, they wouldn't stay at the desk, and if they didn't lose it in a matter of time behind that, they'd be out of a job.
That happened in the town I grew up in North Dakota because all the cops were extremely overweight, and the chief of police just said, okay, this is going towards me just as much as it is towards any of you. This is how much time we all have together to lose weight, and here's a way that we can do it. And they all like got on an exercise program together, did the whole thing, and it made a huge difference because like all the freaking cops in my town were like trim and fit after that. So
Well, the chief really didn't have a big. I mean, she's agreeing with it, but it was actually the commissioner because he got them on. He got them diet. What they call the people that figure your food out.
dietitians.
Yeah, and get all gym memberships. So in other words, they have no excuse.
Yeah.
Can't be because of cost or expensive. The city's paying for it all. So.
Yeah.
How you doing, Leprechaun TV? Good to see you. Thank you for tuning in.
And I'll tell you what brought it down too is not that long ago we had a cop shoot a guy in his side. Okay, and I can tell you, remember what I was telling you about? the guy that was in the Suburban, and when he got out, the fucking Suburban raised 2 inches on one
Yep.
side.
Oh yeah.
Well, he was in an incident where he shot a guy while the guy was running away from him, because the fact is he's too fat to chase anybody. You know,
Yeah.
and I used to tell him all the time, a cop that size scares me, because who the hell's he going to chase? That's going to be the son of a bitch that shoots you while you're running.
Yeah.
Yep.
There you go. Yeah.
'Cause he's-
Yeah. And Vanessa Kitty says she's having problems with her left eye. They may take her license at some point.
Yep.
Well, it's the same way with old age with people who drive cars. You know, you have to pass a test. And if you can't pass their test, guess what? They take your license.
Yeah, they just voted that in down here, and
They-
old
they-
people mad.
They don't,
And I'm like,
they don't do that here in South Dakota. My grandma was 95 years old and still driving, and she was making right-hand turns from the left-hand turn lane and
yeah,
just going through because she didn't realize the light was red. And I mean, it's amazing she didn't die like 20 times. And finally, my dad just went to her and said, you know what? No more. You need to stop driving.
yeah, you're done.
Yeah.
Yeah, I hear if you can't drive your car safely, guess what, Joe? See ya. You're done.
Yeah.
Yep. Well, hey, I gotta hop off here, but I want to come
Yeah,
up
I gotta
and
get out
say hi,
of here.
see how you're doing, all that kind of stuff. So,
All right. Well, thanks for coming up, Susan.
yep. Take it easy. Bye, everybody.
We'll catch you later.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right, Anthony. Or are you
I'll
leaving
be
too?
back.
Or are you?
Well, I got to run to town, but I'll be back if you're still up and can.
Oh yeah.
I'll come back.
I'll be on for a while. I ain't going anywhere.
All right. I'll see you in a little bit.
All right. We got to go too, Christina.
I don't know if you can hear my audio.
Yeah. I don't know what it is. You keep cutting in and out. You must have poor connection somewhere.
Oh, that's my Wi-Fi. Yeah, but I don't know.
Hmm.
So I'll be back later. I'm gonna see if I can work on my kayak before it gets started. I take it out tomorrow.
Oh, okay.
You can hear me now. It's coming out.
I'll be on for a while.
Okay, bye.
Matter of fact, I'm going to run upstairs and grab a couple more beers, and that way I don't have to run up and downstairs. All right, so I'll be right back in a minute. Don't go away. I won't be very long. All right, I told you it wasn't be very long. Now I'm back. Yeah, it's just one of those days. Maybe I'll go for a tour in the drums later. Seeing how the neighbors ain't home. Do some trashing. I got the house to myself, so it's all nice and quiet here. Finally. Hello, Dragon Lover. How you doing? Good to see you. Thank you for tuning in. You know, of course, I did forget to do something. I hate when I forget to do things. All right, hang on. There, forgot to turn the amp on. Oops, there we go. Now the amp is on, there we go. And that, glad you're feeling better. Yep, I'm feeling better today than I did yesterday. I tell you that right now. So, woke up feeling really good this morning. Got a lot of stuff done today, so we'll get a lot of stuff done tomorrow. We got a lot of repairs around the house to do yet too, so I'm not going to touch those for a couple of more weeks, but making my list and got to get the house put back in the shape again. Got some flooring to do and everything else, so it's a good thing I got some flooring already bought and that I've had stored down here, so I'm going to start ripping a carpet out of one bedroom and lay down some laminate flooring in it and get that one done, and we'll see how that goes. And of course, maybe do a little painting. So I still got lots of paint down here in the basement from painting last year. So not last year, a couple of years ago. Then I got to find out where the mice are coming in from. So far this year, we've had 5 mice in the house, and of course, good thing for the mouse trap. Yeah, I've got every one of them. So still looking around the foundation. I can't see where the hell they're coming in from. I got a funny feeling they might be coming in from one of the units that are attached to me, because I do live in a condo, which is like a townhouse type setup. So I got units on either side of me. So they could be coming in from there too. So I just finished a 9-month remodeling in house, pull up carpet, and oh yeah, cool. There you go. Yeah, I used to have carpet in the upstairs hallway too. I pulled that all up a few years ago and laid down some laminate flooring there. I put that down. Next thing I got to do is tile the bathroom upstairs too, because it's got that crappy vinyl flooring that's down on there, and I don't like it, so never did. But it's not a very big bathroom anyway, so it won't take much to have that tiled up. Rip that out and get that done at some point. So right now I just got to worry about paying bills. That's the other thing, but we'll get her done. So I ain't ready to sell the house yet, so do a lot of fixing up first. I got all the toilets all replaced, all the sinks are replaced. That's all done. Kitchen sink's all done. So just basically cosmetic stuff. Flooring, and that's it. There won't be no more carpet left in the house, because the only rooms that got carpet left are the front living room and the 3 bedrooms. And once I'm done with those, they won't be no carpet in the house, period. Be a lot easier to take care of. And plus, the laminate flooring will make the house feel warmer anyways because I put underlay on there, so it'll act like an insulation. So insulate everything. Plus, I got to insulate some walls too that I've got pour insulation on. A couple of outer walls, so I'll have to tear into that at some point in time. Rip the drywall out, put the insulation in, vapor barrier back up, and then put the drywall back up. Get that all done. And then start the big job I need to do that's going to have to be done within the next year or so, or sooner. I'm hoping sooner. Is the kitchen. And once all the remodeling is all done and everything, then I'll throw the place up for sale and get a good return on my investment here. Yeah, that's one thing I got to do is the kitchen cabinets, because we all need we need new cupboards here too. So get that all done. I'll tell you, the next place I'm going to buy is not going to be a condo, that's for sure. I think I'll get a house out in the country somewhere. Hi, hello, Wicked Insanity. How you doing, Mike? Good to see you, bud. Now that we know that Mr. Wicked Insanity, Mikey's awake, Mikey, I'll send you an invite over on Hangouts there, brother. Come on up if you feel like coming on up. And it's on its way to you right now. There you go. A lot of shit to do and no money to do it with. Go figure, right? So, anyways, it's what it is. Hello, Mikey.
Yeah, I was watching a couple movies, and I was watching Jack rebuild his layout.
Yeah, I couldn't believe that when I saw that. No, what the hell? He's ripped it out again.
Yeah, well, good and Angel now.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, well, you know, I told him buy some sawhorses, man.
There you go. Yeah. I keep thinking to myself, the more you rip up that track, the more you're going to screw it up.
Yeah.
Oh, well. It is what it is. He does what he does. That's Jack.
Yeah, it's his stuff. He does what he wants. Well.
Yep. Me, myself, once I lay track and it's down, and I finalize it and everything's working good, just leave it alone.
Yep. That's why he's capital track,
Yeah.
For other reasons also. My fingers,
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. They're almost better. I don't know.
Right.
They've almost grown all the way out. It's a little bit, a quarter, eighth of an inch maybe.
Oh, yeah.
Bit a year. Wish your toenails would just fall off, though. Fall off.
Yep. And I'm still waiting for the haircutting places. They're not open yet. Everything else is pretty much opened up, except they're not opening up until the following week.
Oh.
So I'm waiting patiently to get a haircut because my hair is getting a little thick and unruly and all over the.
That's my own.
Well, you see, you don't have to worry about anything about that, right?
Well, I do have hair, but it's all.
Well, I have hair. I have lots of hair. Hey, UFO Tim, how you doing? Good to see you, brother.
Hey, UFO. But
yeah, you see, I got this bit hanging down over here, like.
Yeah. You still Superman. You got that Superman going on. Just saying,
Well, it's a good thing I got a good supply of hair gel because if I didn't have it, the hair would be like.
Mhm.
Hair gel keeps it laying nice and flat.
My problem is we wait too long in between buzzing it, right?
Right.
Real hard
Hmm.
for me to do it by myself, so I have to have her do it. She's getting better at it. No, she's
Yeah.
gonna.
I just don't let anybody cut my hair. I'm pretty picky on who cuts my hair, and if you know, I always have problems. I get a good hairdresser there for so many years, right, and then she decides she's going to retire. Now I'm in the search of another one, and I go through maybe 12 hairdressers before I find the right one. Boy, she knows how to cut my. Okay, I'll keep this one, and then that one retires, and so now I found another one just recently, and so she cuts my hair really good. I'm happy with how she cuts it. So
Yeah, I used to go to the same, not the same. It was the same place that she used to get her hair cut. Was a
right.
different person, um, a fella, and of course, he's a fella. He's cutting hair,
Mm,
but he cuts
mm,
good hair though. He's still there too.
for real. How you doing, Gaffa? Good to see you. Thanks for tuning in.
And I used to, I was going to cost cutters for a while.
Mm,
When I actually had enough hair to get a flat top, you know, if I had
yeah.
to do it all over again, I would get flat tops when I was in high school.
Well, I had one girl that cut my hair. I didn't like it because she was too much of a gab. Trying to talk. I'm thinking to myself, I'm here for a haircut, not a gab session with you. I'm thinking to myself, will you just shut the fuck up and cut my hair? And she's not
Well,
paying attention to what she's doing. And I'm watching. I'm going, you might. And I said something to her. I said, you might want to watch what you're doing because you just lopped off a big chunk all of a sudden. Oh, did I?
oh boy,
Oh
yeah.
yeah.
I forget where it was, but actually had a gal give me a flat step with a pair of scissors. It's like,
Hmm.
lady, you're gonna have carpal tunnel in about 2 weeks. You did a good job though. Didn't know how to use clippers apparently.
Yeah.
But man, years ago there was a guy. He actually owned the Chrysler dealership. Uh, but he since they closed it and retired.
Hmm.
And I saw him at the hospital. He was a volunteer. Like, Gary, he goes, I don't recognize you. And then I said my name. He goes, oh yeah. That's what I was having. The chemo.
Oh
He
yeah.
I was having a bad day, and he pushed me up there in a wheelchair. And he's yakking away the whole time. I so was
Hmm.
I.
Yeah.
Had I known that was my grandpa's car with the little yellow scamp, I would have bought that. I should have bought it from Grandpa directly. I didn't know.
Ah.
Well, better than that 69 satellite I ended up with.
Right. I know it's hard to find good hairdressers anymore. I remember when I was in my search for another hairdresser, I sat down in this girl's chair, and she goes, "How would you like it?" And I told her how I want my hair cut, and she goes, "Okay, so which cutting head would you like me to want me to use? Do you want me to use the number 5 head, number 4 head?" And she pointing to her electric fucking clippers.
Yeah.
I looked at her. I says, "No." I said, "Pick up the comb, pair of scissors, and start cutting." Well, no, but we've got to do this first. I said, "No, you don't." I said, "You never mind the electric shit." I said to her, "Pick the scissors up, put them in your hand, put the comb in there, and away you go."
Right.
One
Yeah.
of the other hairdressers was listening to me, and she walked over. She's, "When are you going to learn that some people don't want electric razors on their hair.
Uh-huh.
She goes, well, it's easier for me to do it and it's faster. And then I just looked at her. I don't give a shit if it's faster. I'm the customer. I'm telling you to put the scissors in your fucking hands or you ain't cutting my hair.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't have to take that from you. I said, for one, you ain't touching my hair then. I got up out of the chair and I said, who here knows how to cut hair with scissors?
Right.
She goes, I do. I went over and sat in her chair and said, have at her.
Yeah. Must have been a new girl, right?
Everybody else looked at her and okay, and then she's calling the next guy. He says, "No, I'm with him. I need scissors on my hair, not that electric shit."
Wow. That's awesome.
Yeah, she walked out. She walked out.
Wow, she quit, huh?
Yeah, apparently she didn't come back. No, put the scissors in your hand. Never mind your electric razor shit.
Right.
Cut the hair. You
Well,
went to hairdressing school. You were trained how to use, these called scissors.
you'd be surprised how many ladies don't know how to use clippers. The hairdressers.
Yeah.
The old guy that I found until he retired or died, I don't know what happened, but he used to have his own barbershop up north of me,
Yeah, it's the first time you see me without anything on my head there, drunken gamer.
But he was actually going around, especially to, I forget which place it was, I think it was cost cutters, teaching them how to use clippers properly.
Right.
Because a lot of them don't know. Yeah,
Nope.
especially flat top. Oh man, and it says, I want a flat top like Jerry Wells. He knew exactly who I was talking about.
There you go.
He goes, okay, I used to give him his haircut. I go, that's cool. Now you know. Yeah.
Well, you get all kinds of hairdressers. Some will stay with the scissors, other one will go, yeah, throw those away. This is a lot easier and faster, and I get more people in and out. Yeah, this is not what you got to listen to what the customer's telling you.
Well, there used to be a whole entire family that, like, we would go to, they all, the mom and dad, the kids, they all cut hair.
Right.
And they actually lived right there. But then she passed away, for some reason. I don't know why. But he just recently retired. Sad days.
Well, I know that Gabby one that I had that one day. She was telling me her whole life story. I'm like, shut the fuck up and just cut my hair.
Yeah, I sit there and just yak so they don't. Say
I don't want to know your whole life story or what's going on with your family. I just here for a haircut. Meanwhile, you're taking chunks out of my hair and not paying attention to what you're doing.
Yeah, well, I'm watching to make sure when I'm talking that they're paying attention,
Yeah.
Because, oh, here's a good one. I was down at that place with the whole family one, and the Burr, that was his name, the father. He was, I says, he says, I'm busy, but my son can cut your hair. I go, well, don't, don't cut me because I'm on blood thinners. What's the first thing his kid did? Cut my hair. His dad glared at him.
Yep. And what you see behind me there, drunk gamer, is the fiery phoenix that's sitting behind my drum sets too. So I even got a set of dragons here too. I get some fiery dragons. Let's throw the dragons up for a change.
Yeah.
Let's change the background. We'll throw my fiery dragons up. Fire and ice. There we go.
Yeah. My ex family crest, I did not know this for years until my mom got something from somebody with the family crest on it, right?
Right.
Green dragons facing each other.
Mm-hmm.
Who knew?
You know, if StreamYards would let us have movable backgrounds, those dragons would be going like
Yeah,
this.
that'd be cool.
Of course, I like dragons. I think they're cool looking. So,
Oh, I thought you were vaping for a second.
but then again, if I feel like I want to be out of this world, then I just I would be out of this world. Woohoo! Look at that, we're out in space.
The Milky Way.
Yep, floating in the cosmos, waiting
Yeah.
for ET to come and pick me up. There we go. Anyway, so enough of the cosmos. It's a little chilly out here, so I'm going to go back where it's nice and warm.
Yeah.
Back to my fire. There we go.
Oh, no.
Very cold in outer space, yes.
Yeah. So I've been told. I've never been there. But
Looks like Scorpions and Sub-Zero about to have a drum off. There you go.
Yeah.
It's even a lot cooler because when I sit down on the drums, I'm sitting in between the dragons.
Yeah. Yeah. Just make sure they don't blow fire in your ear or your hair.
Well, yeah, you can't mess up the hair, man. No, I love my hair too much. Sorry.
No.
So it is what it is there for that one. Well, I got all kinds of different backgrounds. So I'll throw up whatever. I even got a fish tank, a couple of fish tank backgrounds.
I might actually get, people send me links, forget
Mhm.
who. But for the green stuff, we might get it put back there after it wasn't that expensive. I think Susan sent me the link. It ain't that expensive. So, and it'll work for that.
Well, once I got my green screen up and everything, I thought I'm going to look for some fire. I thought, I came across the Fiery Phoenix first. I thought that was pretty cool, so I downloaded that, and then I came across the two dragons after a while. I thought, ooh, I really like those. I wonder how that's going to look as a background. Put those up, and I thought, I'll keep those too.
I need to get rid of these boxes too.
So,
So many things to do.
Trunks Gamer says, I used to love my hair.
That's a lot of hair still, huh?
Well, I still got a lot of hair for someone my age. I'm almost 60, so yeah, I still got my full head of hair.
Yeah. My forehead keeps getting bigger.
Yeah, it sucks when you grow a forehead, isn't it?
Yeah. Oh man, I was at a Halloween party for the one boss that I liked, and he warned me before. He has an uncle. This man has an extremely large forehead. Don't
Mhm.
stare at it. It's like, wow. And then when I actually saw him, it's like, holy shit, that's big. I mean, it's like way the heck up here. It's long. It's the whole head is long.
Oh yeah.
What happened?
Hell, even when I drive my car, and I still listen to my heavy metal music, and I just throw the CD on and kind of crank the tunes a bit.
Yeah. Well, the wife, she likes Disturbed and different ones like that. Surprisingly, she's like almost 67.
Mm-hmm.
Headbanging music. Like,
Oh yeah, I'm never gonna grow up. Fuck that.
Yeah. I like a lot of different kinds.
I'm here to have fun. Fuck it. I ain't gonna sit here and start getting fucking. Oh, when am I gonna die?
Not me either.
I don't act my age, so sorry. That's a lot of people say that. You never act. When are you going to grow up? You're almost 60 and you're still not acting your age. I said, I never will either. This is who I am. If you don't like it, you can get lost.
Yeah. If I could keep telling her.
Yeah.
It's a hobby. I don't know. Her mom used to crochet and needlepoint, and all kinds of stuff that kept her busy between farming.
Mm-hmm. Yep. I'll be
Watching
partying,
TV,
partying, and I'm gonna party until the day I croak. That's it. That's all there is to it. So
watching TV is not a hobby, in my opinion.
you got a woman on your ass about the same shit. When are you gonna stop playing those video games? When are you gonna grow up? Never.
I still play video games.
Yep, I still play. Still like playing with toys. To see, I play with trains. I got video games. I play my drums. I build models. I fly. I'm gonna be getting back into my flying RC planes again. So it's like
My buddy's brother, he was out in the sandbox with his Tonka trucks the day before he went in the Marines. I don't know why. He was still playing with real toys.
yeah,
Don't know. He wasn't like immature. You know.
I still like to party.
Yeah.
You know what they say? If it's too loud, you're too old.
Yeah. I wish I could navigate good enough to go fishing again. I don't want to fall in the water because I'll probably sink like a rock.
That's one thing I'm going to be doing shortly because I do have to renew my fishing license. So I am going to be going, but because I am going to have a lot of time off, so
Yeah.
I am
I
going to
still
do
have
some
a
fishing.
boat and everything, and I used to love going down to there was the Trump Pond Beach thing, and then there was like the old gravel pit that flooded that was all full of trout.
Yeah,
It was,
yeah. I even do fishing too because I do have a fishing game that I play.
oh yeah.
Yeah, there we go. See, I play video games too.
Yeah.
It's actually
THQ.
this is actually a fun game to play though.
I had some THQ games in the past.
Hmm.
And I forget what they were, but they were good. It wasn't bass fishing, but it was some kind of shooting game or something. But it was fun. Now I just play Diablo, or I was doing playing Assassin's Creed Odyssey. You know, it was in Greece in the old days. It was pretty good.
Hmm. Yeah. Yeah. Nothing wrong with fishing. We'll be getting as much grief about it.
Well, the one nurse practitioner, her whole family gamed.
Hmm.
You know, up to the hospital.
Well, I still got my PlayStation 3. I used to have an Xbox, but the original Xbox when they first came out,
Oh,
that
yeah,
finally
that's
bit the
right.
dust. But I do have my PlayStation 3, but I need to jailbreak it if I want to go online with it. So
Oh,
basically, once I start selling some of this stuff off here and get caught up with a little bit of bills, then I'll probably get a PlayStation 4.
mm,
And then that way I can do my online gaming. Um, I do have a drone coming. I did order a drone, so who knows when that's going to be here? Probably in the next 3 weeks or so, hopefully. So
yeah.
do some drone flying, like I said, getting back into my RC flying. So I thought I'll get a quadcopter.
Did you actually find one that
Yeah, I've actually got one coming. So
that's good.
at a good price too, and it comes with 2 batteries. And well,
Oh, that's
cool.
like a plus.
Yeah,
Them batteries ain't cheap.
So eventually get into drone flying too. So I thought, well, that's a beginner's drone, so I got to start somewhere. So
Yeah.
yeah, I got a helicopter upstairs that I've crashed so many times now. I need to fix it.
Oh,
And trust me, gamer, um, Helicopters are not the easiest things to fly.
Yeah, I told you a story about the neighbor years ago. He had a
Mhm.
he's got an RC helicopter, and he had the outriggers on it. And
Yeah.
I'm thinking, I was just coming home from work. I happened to be standing on the back porch when they fired it up. I'm thinking to myself, bad idea. And they put it right into the side of the house, busted all the rotors, and never saw it again.
Well, I used to have all kinds of different RC cars, and then I thought, well, I'll get into the flying plane. So I bought the cheapest beginner's plane that I could find, and yeah, it took me a little bit to get the hang of that after, see, breaking wings and.
Remember those little gas airplanes that hit on strings?
Oh yeah, yeah. Tell
Man,
the,
the man at the holiday gas station, right? You got to quit bringing these back. You know, because we the little, what do they call those things? Actually, the coil.
Mhm.
You fry that, or of course we're gonna crash it. We don't know what we're doing. Down on the hard playground. Get about 3 things around, and they go. Then my mom bought me when I was a little kid, one of them little rockets you put water in it, you pump it up, and then you
Oh
just
yeah.
pull the lever and it shoot.
Mhm.
I was an over pumper. I actually exploded one. That's pretty funny. Oh man, I got him to go up really high though. It's worth it.
Although I do have my eye on my next little RC adventure. Um, it's uh, it's by E-Flight,
Yeah,
and it's meant for the beginner flyer too. So I thought, if I seen that, I'm thinking, yeah, okay. I watched a few reviews on it and some videos on it. I thought, well, yeah, it seems easy enough to fly because it does have fly assist on it for you. So um, it's a real sharp looking jet too. It's oh yeah, here it is. There's that one there. Uh, Starting price for Canadian is $199.99, so we'll say $200.
yeah.
And it's a nice looking jet. So once I
Oh,
get things rolling, I'm going to attempt to fly this
oh,
right there, an F-15.
huh. Nice looking jet.
Yeah, and it's the electric turbofan
Oh,
too.
so it's actually a real jet, huh?
So
Well,
it's not
sort of.
gas. It's not gas powered. It's all electric. Electric
Yeah,
motors. The battery sits up in here.
yeah. I remember, yeah, when I was a kid, they get me
Mm-hmm.
one of them balsa-wood airplanes you put together.
Oh, yeah, I used to have those.
Yeah, well, not the ones that just slide the wing in and go. These ones you had to build the wings and everything.
There
Well, I got
we
carried away. Flew
go.
with
There it
the
is.
dragon.
There it is in flight.
Woo, yeah. Yeah, there just used to be guys out behind the airport. They
Mm-hmm.
used to fly jets and planes, because they could do it right there behind the airport because it was off to the side, sort of, and they weren't in the up and down path of, the landing and the
Yeah.
takeoff.
So I thought I'll try my hand at that because with all the reading material did up on that, it's impossible to crash. They said because it's got flight assist already built right into it, so it won't let you crash it.
Oh,
You
yeah,
put
it
you
won't.
yeah
Yeah,
you basically you put it in beginners mode, and the way you go, you start flying it around. Then you have an advanced mode, that you put in still won't let you, and then you can put it into what they call pro mode, and then it's have at her, and if you crash it, that means you fucked up.
Uh-huh.
But I doubt very much if I'm going to spend the money like that, I'll keep it in the beginner's mode. So
Right.
until you get
Keep
used to flying it,
pro.
and it's all made, and it's all styrofoam. It's all styrofoam construction.
Oh wow.
Yeah,
That's neat.
and it's all electric turbofans in it. So
Yeah. I always wanted to build when I was younger is the big wingspan gliders.
hmm
What's that stuff they used to put on us? You could almost see through it. The covering, not the stuff. This stuff was like high tech. Uh, it's like almost like shrink wrap, but better.
yeah.
You
Well,
know.
this the controller that comes with it. Actually, the controller will tell you when the plane is getting low on battery power. It'll tell you to start landing. You're getting low on battery power. Land now.
Yeah.
It does have land and takeoff assist, all built right into the damn thing. So
Yeah. I had a couple of them. Gamer. Put the wing in, wind at the rubber band, and of course, I always find a way to break them. Yeah, the little plastic prop. Of course,
I used to have those big styrofoam gliders when I was a kid.
yeah, I never did get one.
You you throw those into the wind, they go up a long ways, and they go for a long. Watching them
Yeah,
fly around.
when you got thermals.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But as for those little balsa wood planes I used to get when I was a kid, when you bought at the corner store, you can get the ones with the rubber bands, the propeller, and the landing gear and everything that's already on it. I used to wind it all up and watch it take off.
Yeah. Well, my problem is I used to overwind it, break the rubber band.
Oh,
Yeah. Well, every once in a while. But, those are the days. And then the landlord, because I didn't have a dad, he took me fishing a couple times, got me interested. Took me carp fishing. That was good practice, especially in the spring when they were up in that little creek. Of course, he'd take me so I could catch more. He'd smoke them in the refrigerator out back, one of them old refrigerators. Yeah. Man, I never could get to one of them little balsa-wood planes to fly because I didn't wait long enough for the glue to dry. They showed me how to do it. You put wax paper down over the plans, you build it, sand it, but I always mess it up somehow. And the thing would warp because I didn't wait long enough for the glue.
well, here's the plane I used to fly, and I had 4 of these fucking things. And it's a beginner plane to fly to get into it, but there's still lots of fun to fly.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah,
that'd be fun.
yeah. The battery just basically sits up in here in the
Uh,
cockpit, and the wings just basically fit there. I've gone through so many of these wings, and I get it up so high, and then basically just glide it down. So I use the engine power in order to get it up there, and then get used to flying it around. I did do a couple of loops with it once,
yeah,
but and it's about a 15-minute flight time. So you got flying time 15 minutes up there. So,
good
but then
practice.
again, but then again, there was a couple of days where I thought, it's not it's a nice calm day, and the next thing you know, I get it up to just a little bit too high. Yeah, the wind started taking off with it. When my plane's going by, I'm like, all right, cut the engine and all right, try and glide her around. And I'm trying to glide back. Had a hell of a time. Ended up getting stuck in a tree.
Well,
So I had to climb the tree and retrieve it.
my boss, I forget, it was like in 99 or 97 or something like that. He found somewhere to buy these little helicopters. They're gas powered. You put a couple drops in, right?
Oh yeah.
Well, he didn't care about money. He had about 5 of them. And let's find out what happens when you fill the tank completely up and let them go. They found one of them about half a mile away.
All right.
Yeah. But yeah, he didn't care. He just liked, doing crazy stuff like that.
I don't. Getting into remote control stuff's a little more expensive than manual railroading, but what the hell.
Yeah.
I used to have 8 RC cars, 8 of them. I had 4-wheel drives, I had 2-wheel drives, I had street cars, I had off-road vehicles that I used to race, go out every weekend for Saturday and Sunday, twice on a weekend, and go out racing on tracks.
4th Street, not far from here. Well, he's gone now. I don't know. The store's closed. He was old before, so I don't know. But he went in there once. You got any train stuff? No, it's all RC cars and airplanes. The model rockets. S.
Right.
I helped my son build one of them rockets. In 4-H. I sat down and explained to him how you do this and how you do that. He was only like 8, or whatever age was. You have to put a little filet glue down here and let it dry. Don't mess with it. Don't touch it. I didn't have the jig,
Right.
They make a jig. I think the battery is still sitting over there.
Had a remote control Porsche car.
Oh, cool.
From Radio Shack, yeah. Yeah, all the remote control vehicles I had were Tamiya.
Oh yeah.
So which are really good, but they all came with the plastic ball bearings. I didn't like that, and so I thought I'll replace it all with metal ball bearings and did some modifications to all the cars so I can get more speed out of them. Make them more lightweight by putting other stuff into it. Pinion gears were changed, shocks were changed, drive shafts were changed, motors were changed. I had my 4-wheel drive. It was called a Hot Shot 2 4-wheel drive. That thing did electric for battery operated car. It went 45 mile an hour. I had it clocked. It did 45 mile an hour.
Yeah. Not scale speed, real speed.
No, that's real speed. That son of a bitch. That 4-wheel drive was quick. I won a lot of races with that car.
Yeah. Well, Will, right?
So, yeah.
The Will guy. Got New Fenders.
Mm-hmm.
He still used to be at RC all the time too.
Mm-hmm. I think my grasshopper did 30 mile an hour after I did all the modifications to that. But I used to chase after cats with that thing.
Yeah.
I used to have this cat that come around the old place where I used to live, and it just piss all over everything. And I got pissed off at it, and I waited up for it one night, and I'm sitting outside, and I've got my fucking car sitting right there, and I went right after that cat with that car. I cornered it and fucking ran into that cat so many fucking times, and that cat thought he was being smart by running underneath all the fucking cars. I went right underneath all the fucking. You can hear the steel antenna going click, 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 click underneath everybody's cars.
Oh yeah.
I was chasing that thing all over the fucking place. Never did see that cat again after that.
Do you blame him? I don't blame you. Yeah. Well, I remember back. I thought
Hello, Gulf Coast.
these cats. I thought they belonged to the lady downstairs back when I was younger, right? And apparently they didn't. They're wild cats. And my cats don't go outside, but because of my cats, he's all hover around waiting, you know. It's like,
Wait,
oh,
you know what I did one day with my grasshopper? I decided to take it out on the street that I lived on
yeah.
and running around and actually racing the real cars. With the fucking thing. The next thing you know, I hid the car behind a rock, and I seen an unmarked cruiser coming up. I'm thinking, oh, I'm gonna have fun with this cop in a minute. I'm just gonna have some fucking fun with him. I took my grasshopper, and I come racing right up behind him, right underneath his car, and out the other side.
Wow. Yeah.
He kept fucking thing right on going. Oh yeah, he turned that car around because he seen because I turned my car around. I went back the other way. He spun his cruiser around. He started coming after my little car, and I'm going all over the place with it.
Yeah. Ah man. Speaking of getting chased by cops, I went out to visit my cousins once, and I pull in, talking to his dad. I think I was trying to sell my wedding ring to him. He bought it. Anyway, uh,
Hello, Dave Lopez. Good to see you.
my my cousin comes whirling in on his go kart, right? Little
Hmm.
bitty tiny wheels, big motor on it, off the highway, and well, he outran the cop. But the cop pulled in a little bit later. You know, he knew who he was. Didn't give him a ticket. He just quit doing it. It was so low to the ground that on the highway you throw sparks, in places because highways aren't perfectly flat. But yeah, I remember when we used to be able to go over into like the old fun court,
Cheers, drunken gamer. Cheers to you, brother.
and they
Fresh
actually
beer.
my, my one buddies actually lived across the street from it, so they knew the guy. He would let us go in and ride the go karts around in there on that polished floor. We're drifting around the corners, wheels sliding. We hit it down with art.
That's the one thing I used to do when I was a kid too, because there was a go kart track up by a place called Fanshawe Conservation Area, and there was an asphalt track, a nice road course track, and the go karts that they had there were pretty freaking fast. So we always had rides driving them things around.
Those are like polished concrete, like the factory floor.
Mm-hmm.
Like shiny. Yeah, that was fun.
Yeah, but those go karts back in the day didn't have any protection. No seat belts, no nothing. All you wore was a helmet. If you wiped out and hurt yourself, that's on you.
These were go-karts they actually made at that place when
Mm-hmm.
they used to make like 3-wheelers and stuff before they became a thing,
Oh yeah.
and yeah, they were a little bit dangerous, but they were fun. Yeah, my buddy's dad is there. Try riding this. I get on it, crack the throttle. got away from me. It ran my leg. Ran the back wheels ran up the back of my legs. I tipped backwards and ran it right up the side of the house.
Mm.
Tore the siding off the side of the house. Brand new siding. That was funny. You don't let the poor kid get on something just to be so you can be a bragger, right?
Oh yeah.
Well, he was always bringing stuff home, snowmobiles, three wheelers, you know, and then complain because we tore the yard up with him.
Hmm.
Well, he was a little bit of a heavy drinker.
Oh well, there you go.
Yeah. I'm surprised we're still alive after some of the stupid stuff we did. Yeah.
Well, some of the stupid shit we did when we were kids, when we were on our on our bicycles, going back down through the trails, going down these steep hills, building ramps, jumping shit.
Yeah, me too.
You
I
know.
actually still, to this day, as far as I know, hold the record for jumping the sand pit at the junior high school on my
Mm-hmm.
Stingray, my little Huffy rail, the long one. And oh my goodness, it was like
Yeah, we didn't have mountain bikes back in my day. There was no such thing as a mountain bike.
this is a Stingray. Yeah,
It was either a 10 speed or a 3 speed with a banana seat on it.
yeah.
And there you go.
This was a single speed.
Mm-hmm.
And all the cool kids down there in my school, in grade school, all had the Schwins, the cherry
Yeah,
picker, the pea picker, them ones, right?
my old bike used to be a CCM. That was a CCM 3 speed gold. It was called. And it was a gold color bike. Had a banana seat and it had hanger fucking handlebars on it. And,
Yeah,
you know.
yeah. My that Huffy rail, that was
Mm-hmm.
actually I bought it for $3 from the people across the block from their kids. I earned it myself, and of course it had a slick on the back because that's what bikes had then, and some of them. But I had it over to my buddy's house, and of course he was nicer to me. He was his own kids because he didn't have a dad, right? Well, I got a flat, and he started looking at my tire. The cord was showing through. And goes, let's go to Ace. He bought me a new tire, and he even painted my bike for me with car paint. I was breaking, of course.
Well, that's right, Drunk Gaber. I'll never forget my first bike. That was that CCM that I was just talking about with the ape hangers. That was my first bike. I rode that thing all over the fucking place. I wiped out in it so many damn times.
Yeah.
Jumped shit with it. Jumped cricks. Made ramps.
Oh, the
You know.
sandpit story. I got sidetracked. It was the same year Evil Knievel did the jump in Vegas and crashed.
Well, that's the one thing we did as a kids because we have ramps set up so far apart on either side. So you off and try and land on the other ramp that's on the other side. We did all that Evil Canoe shit with our
Right.
bicycles.
We
mind
had
you, we got hurt a lot too.
I hurt my knee really kind of bad that day, but I still rode my bike home. But
Oh yeah.
I put my knee print in the chain guard. But I wiped out just like Evil Knievel. It was
Yeah.
amazing.
Now, how many of us, when we were that young, when we had our first bike, how many of us grabbed a clothes peg and put hockey cards in our spokes to make noise?
Baseball cards.
Yeah. Well, I use hockey cards.
Yeah, well, you're in Canada.
Yeah, there we go. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I think I had a Mickey Mantle rookie card in my spoke.
Oh.
Yeah. If I know what they were worth now, back then, I would have saved them,
Well, I know. Yeah.
Just like in the 60s. Those pins.
Yep, I used to steal my mom's wooden clothes pegs all the time, just so I can get the cards in the spokes and go.
Yeah. And of course, there was always that one guy in the corner over by the main road, who edged his yard, and there's always a trench.
Yeah,
Every single time. Get off my grass! We weren't even cutting the corners. He's yelling at us. I don't know how many times I got my bicycle tire in that trench, though. I hated that guy.
yeah. Then how many of us went down that big giant hill, on a paved road to see how long of a skid mark we can go into
Yep.
until we blow the back tire out.
Well, we at Riverside Park, we hit a big windy hill. It's closed off now, but it was a big windy hill. We would
Hmm.
coast. This is back when we had 10 speed. We'd coast downhill, start pedaling really hard, get it up to speed, and see how far we could go around the loop.
Hmm.
I made it all the way around with my bike, overinflating our tires. Supposed to have 70 pounds or less, and we put them up to 90.
Hmm.
Well, them little bitty tires. But I did have a mountain bike once, back when I grew up, and I forget what happened to it. But I used to go on the trail. There's a bike trail goes clear through town, through a lot of stuff, back through the swampy area and everything, all paved or gravel, and all the way to the other side of town. Well, turns out I could go all the way up north if I wanted to, if I had a map and knew where to follow. But yeah, I would like go all the way over there and back in like less than an hour.
Well, back in the day when, of course, I used to have a pellet gun when I was a kid too, and I used to take that down by the river and see how many fish I can actually shoot
Yeah,
with the pellet gun.
yeah. You would have loved it here because you went down to Monterey Bay. It was full of carp.
Oh yeah.
Especially
Hmm.
in the morning. You're out there up on top. Doing the just what carp do, scum suck.
I used to have a BB gun too. That thing holds 50 shots.
Yeah.
A 50 shot BB gun. That was pretty cool. I shot a squirrel in the ass with that one day. I've never seen a squirrel take off up that tree so fucking quick in my life.
Yeah.
So, I
My
watched this right in the ass, and it was climbing the tree, went bang, and poof! The squirrel just took right off.
my one fishing buddy, I went hunting with him a couple times too. Told me a story. His brothers were kind of jerks to him,
Mm.
and they would send him out with his bicycle and his little pellet gun. And I don't know if it was a 22 or what, but they gave him one bullet. You go out and you shoot one bullet. You had one bullet. You got to bring a bird back. We're going to beat you up. That's no way to treat your brother.
Mm.
Yeah.
Well, back in the day, the pellet guns took CO2 cartridges. You had to put the CO2 cartridges in order to get it to fire.
Right. Right.
It wasn't one of those automatic pump things.
No.
Back then, it was crank,
There's no Red Rider. Right.
put the pellet in, click it back, and boom.
Yeah. I forget why I have a container of BBs around here. I never had a BB gun. I don't know why I have them.
Mm.
I think I bought them when I had the HO layout for waiting cars.
Oh
The
yeah.
gun was glue man.
Yeah, I had lots of fun with that pellet gun. Did a lot of target shooting. Of course, I shot birds with it too.
And then the guy at the transfer goes, "You should do a live load." He's messing with me. I did. Guess what?
Mhm.
Tipped over and spilled everywhere. And then of course he build a helix. You'll love it. No, I never did that. I knew better. I didn't have room for a helix anyway.
Hmm.
Well, I was already taking up 3/4 of the basement. It's quite an area, a 900 square foot house, and I had like 3/4 of that to take up. Right here where my desk is, right here, used to be my
Yeah.
yard. My yard, 100 cars, 9 engines. That's
Hmm.
what it would hold. And that was an afterthought. In order to do that, I had to have a reverse loop, though. That was fun. I had to block everything out then.
Right.
Right. And of course, a couple years later, I ended up with DCC. I forget. I think it was the Genesis system from Digitrax.
Oh, you mean the Zephyr?
No. I have the Zephyr now. The
Hmm.
Genesis was like from like late '90s, early 2000s. It's a long time ago.
Hmm.
I looked it up on their site, legacy systems, until it was. I know it wasn't Empire Builder. I know that, but
Yeah, that's the one I got now.
yeah, it was interesting. Kind of get your foot wet.
Oh yeah.
It was not cheap. Never is. Of course, putting decoders in the older locomotives was a lot of fun.
Yeah, no, it wasn't.
No, it wasn't.
No.
Sarcasm. Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
Well, there was one locomotive. It was like the one that Fairbanks built, and I took one look. I took the shelf, took one look at it. Like, that ain't happening. No idea how to do it. Yeah.
I see. Isolate the motor from the chassis. Isolate the chassis from the trucks, and
Mm-hmm.
a lot of work
Yeah.
back then in order to do it. Nowadays, it's boom,
My
done.
grandpa used to work at Fairbanks. Don't know what he did, but I bought that from a train store in where was it? Durango, Silverton, up in Silverton. There's a little train store up there. Bought it up
Oh yeah.
there.
Hmm.
And I never saw it anywhere else. Like, I gotta have this. I gotta have it. It's like a little
Hmm.
switcher. Now I gotta figure out what I should do engine wise, because I'm not sure. I think Cato's pull better. That's what I heard.
Well, when I was at the source upgrading my phone, I was looking around the store and I seen I come this close to buying a slot car set again. I'm looking at that. I thought, geez, I used to have one of these
Yeah.
slot car sets, and I had a big track too, because basically it filled my entire basement because I had a big track, and it took 8 minutes in order to get around the
Wow.
track. Yeah, it was a big track.
Well, I remember like the AFX series. Remember them first came out.
Yeah.
Magnets kept on the track. We found a way to we derailed them a few times, but they were fun. And then we
Back in
did
the back in the day, I had the Tyco set. When the Tyco sets came out, I started building a big set downstairs. It was 4 lanes. Like I said, it took 8 minutes around, and the lanes would break up and go all over the place. You have short hairpin turns, and then the bank corners, everything zigzags all the way through.
yeah. There was a place, old warehouse, kind of like by the ice cream store,
Hmm.
and he had a huge track in there, but it was a big oval, kind of like Daytona almost.
Oh yeah.
I didn't have that kind of slot cars. I don't know what scale they were, but they were like this big. Decent, regular size slot cars.
Oh yeah. Yeah, and I used to have two good straightaways. Like you could just let the cars fly.
But yeah, me and my brother, we decided, well, we got our cars going this fast. Let's see what happens when we'll put some oil on the wheels. Bad idea. Them foam wheels do not like oil.
No. And you know the guardrails that clip onto the tracks? I never did use those. I bought railroad cork and basically made a wall going around the corner. So if I'm in the outside lane, now as soon as I get into the corner, I floor it and swing the back end of that car out so it actually rubs right around that wall and keeps it on the track.
Oh, railroad cork. Okay.
Yeah, you know the cork for your railroad tracks.
Yeah.
That's what I use for retaining walls around my corners. Because as soon as I get the car entering into the corner, I just floor it. And the thing would just whip right around it and stay right on the track. The guy in the inside lane's got to take it easy. Meanwhile, I'm just going like a bat out of hell around the outside. And you can see the wear marks where the car is rubbing against the cork.
Yeah.
And of course, I wore off a lot of paint on those cars too.
Yeah. Gamer, I could go through that and throw some of that away. It doesn't need to be there. But that shelf with a kid from a place I used to work. We punched out the metal thing. You had to buy the wood, obviously, but then they stopped making it. I got it just in time.
Well, 8 of us used to get together every weekend. We'd go over to my place for slot car racing. It was more or less like racing and drinking beer type thing, and betting money.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it was a good time.
Yeah.
Guys will bring their own cars over. I say, you guys buy your own cars now. I've got mine. Of course, I do some modifications to mine, make mine go just a little bit faster. I start taking around with shit like that.
Yeah. Oh yeah, it was the bike thing. We never had a helmet. Oh, the other thing we did, there was a gazebo at the top of this hill, and there's a road right next to it, but it was like not a sheer drop. Obviously, it was kind of an embankment. It's pretty straight down, but toward the end, right by the road, it's like a jump almost.
Well, yeah, yeah. Well, yeah, that's right, Drunken Gamer. There is a strategy to slot car racing because when I know I'm going to be racing these guys, I put brand new tires on and new pickup shoes. Meanwhile, they're still using their old tires and their pickup shoes, and they can't understand how come your cars can outrun ours. I suppose it's because I work on mine.
Yeah.
And that. I didn't tell them what I was doing. What do you think? I'm foolish? I went in. I'm making money.
Right.
And the one guy figured out. He says, "You're putting new tires on every time you race, aren't you? And new pickup shoes." I said, "I don't know." Well, he picked up one of my cars and looked at it. There's a brand new set of tires. Of these pickup shoes, they're still brand new. I said, well, yeah, it's called racing. I'm not going to race with old shit.
Yeah,
I'm going to make sure my car is going to go fast down the track by putting brand new stuff on.
You don't put scuffs on for the main race, right?
That's right. And we used to do 50-lap races.
Yeah. I miss, because I got the wheel here. I used to race online, all different kinds of racing. F1, what else? Rally. And then there was the other game, road racing. I was really bad at road racing. But it was for the last. The one time I did win, I think with my friends, I won one time. And the reason being is I was trying to catch the guy in front of me. And I was the guy in front. Don't know how that happened.
Yeah.
I beat him by a large margin, too. I'm like, how the heck?
Well, I even figured out, there were different size little motors you can buy and actually put in your car in order to make it go a little bit faster too, and change the pinion gear a little bit too. I figured out if I change this pinion gear and put a pinion gear that's got more teeth on it, that car is going to go faster down the track.
Yeah.
It's amazing what happens when you change that little tiny pinion gear and how quick that car can go.
Yeah. Gamer asked me if I also drive. Well, I used to. I can't no more because my legs, I still have legs, but I don't want them swelling up, and all that crap. Pedals and the wheels. Pedals are right here. I'm pushing the pedals right now. Pushing the pedals. Pushing them. Bring up brake. Everything right here. Wheels right here. I got paddle shifters right here. But
Yeah, but I did have a lot of fun. I had that slot car track for years set up there. I even got the neighbor. He came over with his son. I even got kids in there. I even have once a month. I would have a bunch of kids come over so they can race. I'd officiate the race and let them have at it, let them have fun. Kept them out of trouble for a while. A lot of parents liked it because of the townhouse complex that I lived in. They all found out that I had a slot car track. And they wanted to come over and have a look, and I thought, well, have your kids come over, once a month on a weekend, and we'll do some racing.
yeah.
Well, that's what we did, and I did that for many years. So.
Yeah.
Then it ended up having to move, so tore the track down and never did set it up again. Ended up selling it, so.
Right. Yeah.
That was a good setup because I had lights all set up all over the place. So.
Oh. Yeah.
Yeah, had hairpin turns. I had zigzags going all over the place. Yeah, the track was just going all over the place. Bridges, everything up, down, over and around. No loops though. It didn't have any. Can't go upside down and do the loopy thing. It's just just twist and turned and a few good straightaways. A lot of it's a lot of twists and turns, bank corners, up and over type thing.
I remember when we got our first Hot Wheels track. It was brand new. It just came out, and we got it for Christmas, right?
Mm.
From my mom's boss, right? And holy mackerel, they gave us a bunch of cars and track, and we had the loop, We had to figure out, how high you could actually put it to keep everything on the track and make the loop. And man, I wish I had that stuff still. I'd be a millionaire. We had that many cars. They just kept buying us more, They were good people. I gotta mess with my light here when I get paid on the 3rd. I go to Ace, get some. It came with a cable system that I don't like. I'm gonna keep the one piece because I have to. I'm gonna get rid of put the rest on chains.
Mm-hmm.
Don't like that cable. It doesn't. I forget how it even works now. But I keep bumping my head on it. So I'll just measure how much I need, put on Ace, have them cut me some.
Oh yeah.
Well, I was gonna order some off Amazon, but I can't find the stuff I want.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want stuff for light. Yeah, I want stuff to hold the light, but I don't want stuff for the fancy chain light. The swag lamp chain. No. I don't,
Well, the other reason why I bought the drones when I'm out there grilling on the grill, I'm going to have it hovering and have the camera pointed at the grill when I'm grilling.
There you go.
I have the drone just sitting there hovering, just like.
Oh, I made the other day. I made pulled pork again. I forgot one ingredient.
Mm-hmm.
Brown sugar. Well, I, you know, wasn't thinking. It turned out okay. It just didn't have that normal taste. It's like, and then I thought of it after it was done, but too late. I should have stayed with lemon anyway. I don't know how this happened. Don't know what that's from. Stain.
Oops.
Yeah, well, it's not. It'll come out, but if I dribbled something.
Yeah, don't you just hate that when you got a hole in your lip?
Yeah. Well, it's a man thing, according to the old guys up to the trailer. He was yelling at me one day because stains on my shirt. What's the other? And we're down. I was telling the old guys they're all talking on the corner. It's like, yeah, she just yelled at me for having stains on my shirt. And tell me my shirt, same thing, exact same stain. We all had a hole in our lips.
Well, you know the old saying is, you come into this world with a diaper and bib on. You're going to leave the world with a diaper and bib on.
Yeah, well, more or less.
Pretty much, you know.
Unless you're one of the unfortunate few that die young,
Yeah. Of course, you never know.
Yeah.
Never know what life's going to deal you. So you just, like I said, you might as well just live one day to the next and just have fun. Fuck it.
That's right.
We're here for a good time, not a long time. That's it. So, might as well make the best of it, right? So you might as well have fun while you're doing it.
That's why I did all my fishing when I was younger.
Mm-hmm.
Because I
Well,
seen a lot.
there's
I'll
still
go
a lot.
fishing when I'm retired. No, you won't.
There's still a lot of shit that I want to do yet, but I'm probably not going to end up doing it. There's probably still a lot of places I'd like to go see, but I may get there one day. But if not, oh well. At least I thought about it.
I actually made it to Yellowstone in like '93, the year after the fires.
Hmm.
Yeah, it was a good time. And a lot to see just on the road. There's a
Well,
lot
yeah,
of
I
stuff.
know there's a lot to see, but then again, in the back of my mind, the idea of walking on top of a volcano just ain't my idea of fun.
Yeah, I'm down by the lake and I start looking around. I go, we're in the middle of a volcano.
That's
You
right.
can
That's what
tell it's
Yellowstone Park
out
is. It's a sunken-in volcano,
Yeah,
and you're
out
walking
there.
right on top of it.
hmm That's why it's dangerous to go off the trails if you go in the backcountry out there.
Hmm.
Stand on the plywood and the wood, because you might not get very far. You just go into the steaming cauldron of hell.
There you go. Yeah.
Well, a lot of people died building them trails, because of that. But yeah, there's there's Old Faithful, but out in the back part, my buddy said he was out there. He spent like a long time there, and he says there's some geysers back there that are better than Old Faithful,
Hmm.
but it takes a lot of walking to get there.
No way.
And we saw a moose down there on the way in, and the way out of the park down there eating, seaweed out of the lake, seaweed, but whatever it's called. Of course, they didn't see it right away. Of course, I got the eye because I was a hunter, and I started training them for like seeing deer after they hit a deer with the car one time. It's like you gotta watch, you know.
Hmm.
And pretty soon they're seeing them off up in the fields and before just so they didn't hit them, And over across the river in Iowa County, we went up 2 routes. Right at sunset, right? Well, we counted 400 deer at on 2 routes only. That was a real high concentration of deer over there.
Mm-hmm.
I know why, because it was all posted no hunting. I actually got to hunt it, not for not during hunting season. It was like crop damage hunt.
Oh yeah.
He was real fussy about what gun you use, blah blah blah. He didn't want wounded deer running around. He also all the bucks hung around behind his barn. They knew where to hide. He knew that too. He didn't even have to leave the porch most years.
Mm-hmm.
They'd all hide behind his barn, mixed in with the cows. But I gotta get
All
busy. And
right. All right, Gamer. Nice chatting with you too. It was great. Oh, yeah, and brought back some memories. Yeah, well, that's what we're here. Oh, we just traveled down memory lane tonight and what we used to do when we were kids and how foolish we were.
yeah,
There you
yeah,
go.
I never hit my head, never broke a bone. My
Let's see.
mom.
I broke my wrist. I broke my arm. I broke my finger. I had my jaw broke because I got into a fight. I broke my leg. Broke my foot.
Yeah, if my mom knew what I was doing, she'd have freaked out.
Never had any broken ribs though.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah. I've had a broken wrist. Yeah. Broken fingers. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
I busted this bone right here twice in the
Mm.
same spot. I made medical history according to my doctor.
I don't know how many trees I fell out of, and I should have been dead by the time I hit the ground, but I never did. I survived every fall. Of course, I'm
Yeah,
catching all the branches on the way down, trying to slow myself down. You
my
know.
cousin did that. Yeah, climbed the tree real high, and then he fell. And the reason he's still alive is because he kept hitting branches all the way down. He was
Well, I
kind
was
of a
on top of this one tree. I was a kid, and I was climbing around. And didn't run. I seen this branch. It was about this big around, but guess what? It was a dead, old, rotten branch.
mm,
And as soon as I stepped on it, snap and down I'm coming. And it's like I'm grabbing, trying to grab this. I'm on the way down. I'm like I'm hurting. I'm getting all scraped and cut up, and all the way down. I'm like, ow, 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 and I'm like grabbing on the things, and
uh,
finally slowed myself down enough. So, but still, I was. By the time I hit the ground, yeah, I'm still a little hurt.
yeah. There was an
Miraculously,
over tree
never broke
right on,
anything.
right on the property line when I was growing up. I was actually in the neighbors across the block that I bought the bike from, um, in their property. So we'd go over there in the mulberry tree. We'd climb up it when they were ripe, and we start picking and eating, picking and eating. And then the landlady would see me over, you get out of that tree, you're gonna fall, blah 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 blah. Yeah, she liked yelling at us. Well, come to find out, she's addicted to Valium.
Mm,
It's real nice till her pills wore off.
yeah.
It's one of
Well,
them things.
I think in 5 minutes we'll shut her down, and because I think Ken's gone live, or somebody
Yeah,
went live anyways, and
yeah.
I'm going to do some stuff, and I'll probably scoot over there some point in time before Ken signs off. But we'll go for another 5 minutes, and then we'll shut her down. And
All right. Ah, yeah. Anthony sent me a link already, but hang here till then.
So, yep.
I
Go.
about 12 after,
Mm-hmm.
an hour ago. Yeah, we had some rain today, at least. We needed the rain bad. And now we've been getting about an inch here and there, which is good. I mean, doesn't mean there's any flooding.
Mm-hmm. Well, we had a lot of rain here, for the past 24 hours too. So I'm surprised there was no flooding here. So, but anyway, it's a good thing. But it
Up,
did last night was just nothing but a torrential downpour for about an hour and a half, nonstop.
yeah, up in like Crawford
So,
County, up in the western
mm-hmm.
part of Wisconsin, up toward the Mississippi. They've been
Mm-hmm.
getting flooding up there. Of course, they've been getting a lot of rain up there too.
Mm-hmm.
Nowhere near me. I swear we got a bubble around us. I see storms coming toward us, and it just, you know, make a hand motion. You can't see me, but whatever. Just poof, just evaporate.
Poof! Hello, there we are.
Yeah.
Yeah. So when that drone gets here, I'll do an unboxing, and then of course I'm going to have to do some calibrations and download some apps to
Yeah.
the phone, and then do a little test flight myself, and then I'll do a maiden flight
Yeah.
with it, test things out. So,
Get the hang of it, before you.
yeah, I'll probably use the takeoff and land assist,
Yeah.
you know, and then of course, what they call the return to home button. So, I want, okay, I think I've gone far enough. Return to home. It'll fly itself back and it land not from the exact spot it took off, but it's going to get pretty close to it
Right.
within 5 feet of where it took off. So
Close enough. Unless, of course,
yeah.
it's 5 feet.
Now I can't, because it is an aerobatic drone too. It will do 360 flips if I hit a
Mhm.
button. So I'm not sure if I want to hit that button and make it do a flip.
Well, maybe later.
Yeah, later on, but then that'd be a cool camera shot. Like flying along, all of a sudden the thing's doing a bunch of 360 rolls, right?
Yeah.
So we'll see. So all I know is it's going to be a lot easier to fly a quadcopter than it is a helicopter.
Right. Right. Right.
Yeah. So
Helicopters are cool, but I do not want to be in one. I want to fly in one, and I want to fly one. The only game I could actually fly a helicopter in was Far Cry 5, and it was pretty easy in that game.
well, let's see. You've got your up and down stick, right? And
Yeah.
then you get your other stick that takes it from side to side and down, or like up throttle, down throttle, and then you're up and down from side to side. So you got two sticks that you got to worry about. So.
Hmm. Well, I didn't play that game with a Xbox controller.
Mm.
I used keys. So
But the funny thing is that all these controllers that come with these drones, it looks like a gaming controller.
yeah, it does. It
So it's like it fits in your hand just like a, you know. I'll tell you what.
I have an Xbox
It
controller.
looks something like this. And you're
Yeah,
sitting there going.
exactly.
Now, if you're used to playing video games like me and picking up one of those controllers, is a little, okay, this feels comfortable. Oh yeah, I know how this works.
Right. I have Amazon Basics Xbox controller
Hmm.
for one reason. The one game I had, you know,
Oh
I
yeah.
needed because I couldn't use the wheel. And I'm still bad at it, Whatever,
Hmm. All right, see you later, Seth. Later. All right. We're at the 5-minute mark, folks. So I'm going to shut her down. Go over there and see the Redneck Connection over there in Canada. I'll be over there in a little while.
All right.
And Mike, thanks for coming up. Everybody who's been on the panel, thanks for coming up. Everybody in the chat, thanks for being here. Appreciate it. And until next Friday or whenever I go live again,
Okay.
have a good night, and we'll talk to everybody later.
Thanks.
All right. Bye for now.